Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Today I am doing my design team project for JenofEve Designs. We were given the everlasting template to use to do our project, and oh my gosh y'all, I love this template. It is so awesome. Let me show you what I did and then we'll dive into the video. So this was my project. I decided to make like a treasure box book. Okay, so when you open it up, on this side you have her double pockets that I have made into little boxes, and then you have another pocket and another pocket. So you have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets over on this side. And then over on this side you have a little box that you could put your cards in. Figured this looked like a Valentine themed, so figured you could put your Valentines in here. So that is what I made for her design team. So let's get started on how to do this, shall we? So I've already cut out everything that we're going to need. I've inked for the most part, scored, taped, all that kind of stuff. So I've cut out, I've used her template, and I cut out a 8x8, which is the cover, and I've cut out her 4-page spine. Okay, so we're going to be using that. Then on the back cover, I cut out a 10x10 because we're going to end up scoring this piece of chipboard an inch on all 4 sides, okay? Because we're going to be making, the back cover is going to be a little storage box. Oh, I love it. It is so cute. So I have my ruler here, and I'm just going to show you this one little thing again because I don't want this video to be like, you know, forever long. But I do want to, you know, give you the little how-tos here. Okay, where did my pencil go every time? All right, so I know it's an inch from this line to here, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a line that way. And then I'm just going to do that on all 4 sides of the chipboard. So I've got the lines here, which we really didn't need, but you know, they're here just in case. So I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm going to cut these little corners off here, but I'm going to score this line. Went off. Sorry if my head is in the way. This glare gets me every time. Alright, so we're going to score corner to corner, right? So I'm going to press down about 3-4 times, not very hard, okay? But then on the corners, I'm going to cut those off. So we're going to cut the corners off, but we're going to score. Okay, so once you get the corners cut out and the sides scored, you're going to have something that looks like this, and then we're going to fold it just like this. And again, this is going to be our back cover or front. If you want this to be in your front, it can go in your front. Okay, so what I want to do though before I put it together is I'm going to go ahead and ink it. Okay, so I have the back and I have the inside. Ooh, inked. So now I have cut out using the pattern paper, and I am using by Prima the Wild and Free, I do believe is the name of it. And wouldn't you know, it's not like sitting right here. Yeah, here it is. Yes, Wild and Free by Prima. I love it. Looks pretty. I think JenofEve actually used this on one of hers as well. So I've cut 8 of these. An inch by an inch, and then I cut corner to corner for the inside, and then for the outside again, inch by inch, scored at 1/2 inch, and then I did not cut for the outside. So these are my inside, this is my outside, and this is what we're going to use in order to keep this box together, right? Okay, so we'll just start with one on the inside, and I am going to use a little bit of the glue trick here. And you just want to put your box together, come on the edge, right? Make sure you got that good and down. And then we'll take off the other one. And bring it together, and I'm making sure that my edges are together. And then I'll press that down. Okay. So I'm going to do that on the other 2 corners, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got all the corners in. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the outside. 2 reasons why I'm doing the outside as well, because, I mean, we are talking about paper crafting, or talking about paper. So, I mean, you know, you're going to have, like, this has a little gap. Not only will this make it look pretty, but it also helps to reinforce the corners so that your box bottom is going to stay the way it needs to be. So, again, I'm just going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take the one side, edge to edge, and then I'm holding it together so that it'll go over like that. And now your corners are very stable. They are not going to go anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to do that on the other 3 corners, and then when I get that done, then we'll move on to the next step. Ooh, so excited. Okay, so I've got all the corners on, so our bottom of our book is good to go. So now what I want to do is, I've got my spine right here, and again, I used JenofEve's 4-page, or her spine for 4 pages. And what I want, before I add this to my book, I want to go ahead and mat the inside. This is the inside of the book. This is the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and mat this. So I've used the mat for this page 4 spine. Let me just use my Fabri-Tac and get this on here. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I love that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, so now what I want to do is, I've got to cover to put the books together, to put the covers together. Here's the other cover right here. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the tape on like this on the outside, right? And you do want to leave a gap between where your score line is, so that the book will open and close easily. And then I'm going to take this guy and lay him on here like this. Okay, so let me show you that. So I'm going to go ahead and just take my tape off. And again, this is a hinge that I made, and it is 8 inches by 2 inches. Alright, So again, I'm going to just lay it, and actually, let me put some glue on this. This is like an operation, y'all. We got to be so steadied hand, and which I don't have. All right, because I do want that little bit of gap so that the book can close, open and close easily. So I've kind of got it at an angle. I don't know if y'all can tell. And now I'm just going to lay it down. But before I squish it, it is a little off. This glue, even though I put glue on it. Because I want it to fit perfectly, the top and the bottom. And again, if my head is getting in the way, I apologize. All right. Yes. Okay. So, there's my bone folder. Here you are. All right. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. And I'm going to lay, there went my thing. I'm going to lay this, here, maybe I should put glue on here, even though that didn't help that much on that other one, but we can try it, right? Okay. So again, I'm going to leave a space between where the book closes, because we want it to close, right? Alright, that looks good. Alright. Alright, and the reason why we went ahead and matted the spine is we're not going to have an opportunity to do that later on. So I wanted to go ahead and mat the spine. Okay, so now we have this. So this is our back cover, our spine. Now we just need to do the exact same thing and put our front cover on. So I'm going to do that off camera. Again, this little score line right here, you don't want to put your chipboard right up against it. You want to, leave about 1/8 of an inch. That way it can move. Okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the spine on. Now what we need to do, because this is a box book, is we need to glue this up against that. And that's what I was talking about. We wouldn't be able to mat that, and you want that matted. Alright, so, and if I had really thought about it, I forgot that you could see the inside of that. I would have used probably a piece of decorative paper for my hinges so that you would not see that white there, but it's okay. Alright, so what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use some of my score tape, and I'm just going to put it probably 3 strips here. Okay. Alright, and then I'm just going to raise this up and burnish it down. If I could find my stone folder. Okay. So, now we have our book. Right? Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to mat the outside. And again, I just use the mats for the cover. Okay, and then with the spine, I've used the cover for the spine. And I also, though, I was going to make it one whole piece, but The downside about trying to get ahead of the game and cut everything out and all that is you make some mistakes. Which my math was a little off, which does not surprise me in the least. So I had to go with plan B. So I'm just going to, because if I'd known it was not going to wrap all the way around, I would have used black cardstock as for my hinges, or again, the decorative, really. But, I mean, this will work. And then, because it was supposed to wrap around this whole thing, which it did not. So now, though, what I want to do is just take these pieces that I cut off and just glue those on the side to get rid of that white right there. So let me do that on both sides, and once I get that done, I will be right back. Okay, so now I have my closure that I'm going to put on to keep the book closed. And you can either score it at 1.5 inch or 2.5 inches, because one side of it needs to be 2.5 inches and the other side 1.5 inches. So let me measure out. I'm just going to do 1.5 inches here. Which is about right there. Alright, and I'm just wondering. So, if I'm not mistaken, there it is. Where did my other one go? Okay, so we want to make sure that we're straight. Well, it looks about straight. And again, we're going to use our utility knife and just score it. So we don't want to cut it through. We want to just gently, about 3 times, 4 times. This blade's a little dull, but yes, perfect. Just like that. Okay, so this is our closure. So, and it's going to go just like this, because the box is going to be like that. Okay, so what I need to do is, again, I'm going to put tape, score tape here. And it's going to close just like that. Right? Okay, so this is 8 by 4 inches, and like I said, you score it at either 1.5 inch or 2.5 inches. You need it to be 2.5 inches because that's roughly what this spine is 2.5 inches. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to put my actual closure, what I'm going to use as a closure, on here. So what did I do with them? There they are. I got these cute little antique gold closure handles from Hobby Lobby. So I think they're going to work out beautifully. So, whoops, come back. So I'm going to go ahead and put my box together. And I'm going to actually keep this together so that I know where to put my holes. And this is when I wish I was an octopus and I had 3 arms. Okay, because I want it to go like this. But before I put this on, oops, I almost forgot, I need to go ahead and mat this, which I have. So it is 7 3/4 by, it should be 1 1/4. So there's our closure. Cute, 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 right? Okay, so now we can go ahead and mat the inside. Okay, so I've got those, and again I used the templates in the book for the cover mats. Then I need to mat the sides, which this is 7 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And I'm only going to do 3 sides for right now. And I'm going to save this side because we've got to add the cover to the box. Okay, so let me get the sides matted, just 3 sides. Okay, I forgot to put, I'm going to end up tying the top of the window together, so I need to add ribbon, and I almost forgot to put it on there. So add your ribbon before you put your mat on, but we're okay. And I want it pretty centered. I'm using just a little piece of tape so that I can hold it, and then I will put Fabri-Tac on it again. Okay. Now let me just put some Fabri-Tac back on here. And I have another cover, so this is the cover. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to cut out 1 inch on all the way around it. If I can find my ruler. Alright, so again, I know, but this time I don't want to cut the corners off. I just want to cut the insides. So I am going to make lines. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to make the mat for the window. And I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did before. This is 8 by 8, right? So I just took my ruler and I did 1 inch and I marked it down on the paper. And again, I only want to cut, though, the inside. I don't want to cut the outside because I'm making a window. Okay, so I've got them cut out, right? So what I want to do now is I'm going to use my tape, and I'm going to go ahead and I think I already had the hinge cut out. Here it is. So this hinge is 8 by an inch. Now we need our box back. Because the way we're going to put it in is we're going to put this on like this in here. It's a little tad long. So let me trim that up just a little. Not too much. Okay, and then the lid will fit on. I think we should put it on the lid first. I think that would probably be better. So let's do that. Let's put this on the lid. This hinge. And I'm going to use glue. It snowed here last night. We couldn't believe it. We woke up. Snow on the ground. Barry's work was closed. Everything is closed in the state of Georgia. Don't be coming to Georgia, y'all. It's all melted now, but it was nice. We got probably about an inch, maybe. Alright, so I already got that. Here, while we're here, let's go ahead and mat this side as well. We can do that. Alright. There is wording on here. I want to make sure. Oh, wait. It's open like this. Just wanted to make sure. I'll put it down. Oh my goodness, y'all. Isn't this sweet? I love it. Love it. Alright, and so now we need our box back. And we're going to place this in just like this. Uh-oh. Ah, forgot my ribbon. Come back, baby, come back. Where is my other part of my ribbon? There it is. Alright. Again, I'm going to use just a little snippet of tape just to hold it down right now. Let's see. It's roughly 4 inches. I tried to get it centered. So, about right there. Okay, now then, there we go. Okay, now we can put it in here. Okay, so again, we're gonna take the tape off, and I'm gonna use glue, because again, this is operation, y'all. Studying hands. Woo-wee. No, it's not that bad. Okay, so making sure I'm putting it on right. And if my head gets in the way, I apologize. Alright, so you want it just to kind of set on there so that it can close like so. Okay, so I kind of just set it on the edge of the top of this, and then there we go. And now we should be able to tie it and do all that good stuff, right? Okay, so there is that. Oh my, isn't it gorgeous? See, and then you just use that to open and close it. But let me get my bone folder. I want to make sure that this is good and pressed down. Okay, and now that one mat that we left off, let's go ahead and put that on there so that that part can be done. Plus this helps to keep that hinge in place as well. Right? So And I doubt y'all can see what I'm doing, but I'm just putting, here, maybe if I turn it this way. Well, there it is, right there. Just putting that there. So there is that. Okay, so, but we're not done yet. You would think that would be enough, right? You would be like, Gina, woo-wee, that's so cool, we're done, right? And I'd be like, oh, no. Because you know me, I can't just stop at one little thing. I gotta keep going. So, what I'm gonna do over here is I'm using some of her template. I mean, I used the template, her templates for the covers, but now I want to actually use the book part because it's so awesome. So I've already cut out and matted, or not matted, but cut out and inked and put tape on page number 4. This is a base pocket, right? And I'm going to be using it as a base pocket because I do want it to have a pocket. Right on this side. So I've got my mat that I need to go ahead and put on, and it's on page 26. Again, this is page 4. I'm telling you, this book is so versatile. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Page 12, it's a pocket page, and I'm going to use it as well on here. Okay, but I need to show you. Page 12 was what I just put down, and if you look in the book, it has this part. I cut that part off just to use this pocket part. So, and then the mat on that is on page 33. So I've got the mat here, so I just need to ink it and then put it on. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so now what I want to do is on page 19, she has, let me pull that up for you, these double pockets, okay? And when I first got the template and was cutting it out, I immediately scored these 2 lines and I made a little box. So that's what we're going to do, y'all. We're going to make a little box. I've already got one scored and everything. So I just wanted to show you, though, where you need to score this so that you would be aware of where you need to score it. Because it's supposed to lay flat once I really read the instructions and everything like that. And I was like, oh, my bad. But I still liked the box idea. So you need to score, and I'm scoring before I cut it out. You need to score on just pretty basically all the lines. All the double solid lines, you need to score those. Because normally you would just lay it flat on the page and this would have a piece of tape on it. But we ain't doing it that way. We're making a box, y'all. Okay. And then don't forget these guys down here. There's not a line, but it is 1/4 of an inch, though, I do believe. Or 1/2 an inch. No, I don't think it's 1/2 an inch. Is it 1/2 inch? Not quite. I just forgot to. There we go. 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so now I'm just going to burnish down all these edges, right? And these down here. Now, when you cut this out, on this box that I did, I forgot, and I did cut the notches out. If you don't want it to look like that when you get your box together, then you need to cut it straight across which is what I did in my prototype, but I forgot when I was doing this. So, and then again, we're going to do these double lines here. Alright, so, and then when you cut, like I said, you want to cut across and not at a slant. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to put tape, as I did in this one, just on one side. Should be sufficient, and I'm going to go ahead and ink it, and then I will be back and show you what we do with it. I also wanted to show that I didn't cut it at an angle, like down at the bottom. I just cut it straight across too, so it would look more like a box. So let me continue inking. Okay, so like I said, we're only going to put tape on one side. It doesn't matter which side you put it on. You can put it on both sides too, and then it really won't come apart. Alright, but now all we need to do is just take the backing off. Fold it down like so. And it doesn't really matter which side you do first. Alright, I'll trim this part off. Okay. And so there we go. There's one box. Okay, so I took the tape off and I've got a little bit of glue, and again I want it to go onto the pocket. So I'm just placing it on there, and then I'm going to use my bone folder just to make sure it's good and secured on there. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with this guy. We'll take off our backing. Okay, and now, last thing that I'm going to show y'all is I'm going to put bows on these guys. And this bow is bow number 4, and it is on page 8. And I've just not decided which way I want it to go. I think I'm going to do it this way and this way. So, what you need to do is gently take your bone folder and kind of curl it, and then I'm going to put a piece of tape right in the middle, right there in the middle, if I can find my tape. Okay, just a small little snippet, you don't need very much. So I'm going to put that right in the middle. And there goes my glue. There goes my glue stick. And you're just going to bring them together and push it down in the middle. Well, let's put more glue on there. I guess I needed a bigger piece than what that was. Let's go this way with it. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. Again, I'm going to be linking all of her videos. I'll link her playlist and her YouTube channel. Oh my God. I do love these bows. I think they're so adorable. They are so, so cute. And again, because I can't cut or the poo. There we go. Alright, and then this gets glued onto that. Oh my god! Y'all! Ooh! When I saw these bows, I was like, oh my goodness. What has she done now? That is just too cute. Oh my gosh. This made me want to buy this template. Just the bows alone. Alright, and then we just place it on top of each other like so. She's got a more detailed thing than I'm doing, but there you go. Isn't that adorable? And now we will just glue that right there. And I'm going to do that for the other one over on the other side. So, glue, just a little smidget of glue. Our Fabro-Tac. And that will go right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Isn't that adorable? Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Alright, so I'm going to embellish, and then I will be back when I'm done embellishing to show you what I embellished and for us to go through the book again. Oh my god, isn't it cute? Alright, so I will be back. Okay, so after looking at it, I'm like, why is this bending down? It should not. And it is because I got overzealous when I scored this, and it's almost all the way through. So, I'm not panicking about that. What I'm going to do is just take a piece of scrap paper, it's 8 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it 1 inch, and then score it at 1/2 inch, and I'm going to make a hinge out of it, is what I'm going to do, because it should not be flopping down. It should stay up like this, right? So, let me do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put that on there, and see how it helped to keep it up, which is what it needs to be. So, just be careful when you're scoring your chipboard for your closure, if that's what you decide to do, so that you don't make that mistake, but it's okay. It works. And there we go. So, I don't mind the way that looks. I think that looks kind of cool, actually. So, now what I'm going to do, again, is I'm going to go ahead and embellish this so that it will be all nice and pretty. And once I get that done, I will come back on. Okay, so I've pretty much got it embellished, and I'm just going to show you what I did. So inside the paper pack, there were some stickers. I had a sheet of stickers and even letters. I thought about using some of the letters. And then they had these cutouts that you could cut out. So what I did is I cut out this cute thing with the birds on it. I loved it. And then I cut out from another piece of paper, the smaller, that says you and me. I put foam tape on the bottom of it so it kind of stands up. And then just made the little bow, but I used the mat for the little bow to make this cute little bow. I just love these bows. They're so easy and fun to make. And then I just put some flowers there. And then when we open it, over here, I put a couple of more bows. Okay, so on here, I put a couple of the small bows again, and this is the sticker with a couple of the little flowers. The inserts I made into tags and just used some cord. And then on this insert, I just added a couple of flowers for decoration for that insert. And then for the main pocket insert, I used little gems, and I colored them with my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers to give it the pink color. So I have those inserts. And then over here, of course, we have our ribbon so that we can open and close the box easily. And then I just put some flowers, and again, this is a sticker actually, and I used foam tape to lift it up a little bit, and then I used the mat for the small bow to make the bow. And I think this is good. I wanted it to be pretty simple and not too overloaded with embellishment, and in that way there's room, you know, when you put your cards in, it will come up, and this should be perfect. So there we go. I thought about putting a key on the front, and this clasp, it's bent or something. I don't know what has happened to it, but you know, we are talking about cheap metal, so all right, so there you go. This is my JenofEve design team project for the month of January. I'm going to call it a treasure box book is what I'm going to call it. All right, y'all. Well, like I said, in the description will be links to Jennifer's Etsy store, her YouTube channel, and the playlist for the Everlasting template, which is what we used this month. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it inspired you to try something new, to, you know, try to build a book. I love building books. It's one of my favorite things to do. So, all right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe if you've not already subscribed. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified for every time I post a video. All right, y'all. Y'all be good to one another, and I will talk to you later. Bye.